Good morning. Welcome to science. So we're going to review the stuff that we've learned so far, the stuff that you've read, and we're going to do it over the next few days while you're making your cute 3D animals. Okay? All right. So the two biggest groups that we've talked about in science, which are the two biggest groups that scientists separate animals into, are vertebrates and invertebrates. Okay, so we have basically are only studying vertebrates in third grade, so that's where our focus is going to be. So our vertebrates come in two kinds. So who can remember the two kinds of vertebrates that we have? The next two biggest groups. Very good. Cold-blooded and warm-blooded. All right, so we have vertebrates and invertebrates. We have cold-blooded vertebrates and warm-blooded vertebrates. So in our chapter 1, we've talked about three kinds of cold-blooded vertebrates. So the first one we talked about was fish. And fish have to breathe with gills, have fins, be slimy, scaly, okay? And those are the things that make you a fish and a cold-blooded vertebrate, okay? The next one we talked about was amphibians. Okay, remember amphibians start their life in the water, and they breathe with with gills, and they hatch out of eggs. Okay, but then as they grow, they change, right? Amphibian means two lives, remember? Because they have a metamorphosis between their childhood and their adulthood. As they become an adult, they breathe with their lungs, they live on land, and so they are completely different. Okay, remember that means double-lifed. Okay, and the last one was reptiles. Reptiles have scaly, dry skin, unlike an amphibian, which has thin, moist skin. Okay, reptiles spend their whole life on land, unlike amphibians. They spend part of it on land, part of it in the water. Reptiles are lay eggs, like turtles, alligators, those kinds of things. Okay. Now we've come into the warm-blooded, which is chapter 2. Our warm-blooded vertebrates, the first one you've studied is birds. So you watched a bunch of videos about birds, about chickens hatching, things like that. Most birds do fly, but not all. Okay, penguins don't fly, and ostriches don't fly. They all lay eggs. They all have wings, okay? That's what makes birds birds. Remember we talked about their bones are hollow to make them lighter because God designed them to be able to fly. So their bones are not as dense as ours, okay? All right, and so now the one we're going to talk about today is mammals. Okay? Mammals are warm-blooded vertebrates. Now, I've been seeing on some of your study guides and stuff, you guys are talking about like birds being warm-blooded animals. We never use the word animal when we're describing what it means to be a certain type of species. We always say warm-blooded vertebrates, okay? So please remember that. All right, a mammal, to be a mammal, they have to have live births. So that just means that the babies come out alive. They don't hatch, they don't, okay, so they have to come out alive. They have hair or fur. Remember we talked about fur is just a lot of hair, long hair, yeah? Hair or fur. They breathe with lungs. Okay. They give their babies milk. Okay. These are things that make a mammal a mammal. Now, if you looked in your book, remember these pages you were to read? Yes. It talks about the characteristics of mammals, which we have just put up here. Live births, fur, yes, warm-blooded vertebrates, breathe with lungs, give milk, okay? Some of these mammals, when they're born, they are completely independent, okay, within hours, some within weeks, but others take years to grow up and be independent, okay? So it just depends on the mammal. There's different kinds of mammals, which we're going to talk about tomorrow, of various types of mammals. These are the things that all mammals have in common, okay? And that is actually our whole thing for today. So I know you already did the worksheets. You already read these 2 pages. I'd like you to kind of go over them again. Talks about the mother cat with the kittens, okay? So just look at 32 and 33 again. There are a special kind of mammal that actually lay eggs. I know that basically we're supposed to have mammals give live births, but I think sometimes God has a very good sense of humor and that he puts in these things to confuse scientists because God confuses the foolish, the Bible tells us, yes. But those who are wise and trust in the Lord, they have great wisdom if they ask for it from him. And so there are these interesting animals that don't fit all of the categories, and scientists had to figure out what to do with them. And 2 of them are called platypus and I always forget how to say the name, echina, okay? They are called monotremes, okay? So monotremes are basically mammals that lay eggs, okay? And once they're hatched, though, they actually like get milk from the mom and that kind of stuff, okay? So it's platypus. You should look one up. They're pretty fun, okay? All right, and so what you're going to do now is you're going to look at these 2 pages, 32 and 33. Just kind of go over them, make sure you understand. And you're going to go ahead and put together your cat. Remember, don't put the C. I know it has a C for cat, because I got it off of a site that it was like for little kids and stuff. But I just thought it would be a fun thing to do, to have like this 3D cat. So go ahead and put that together. You're going to show it to me, okay, like on a little video where it just goes, see, here's my cat. And then put that online, okay, at Classroom, the Google Classroom. And I will see you tomorrow. All right, bye.